All right, so if you've been a fan of the Nike Vomero 5, I wanted to bring you guys an alternative that Nike has created in 2024. And this is another model that they're kind of reaching in the vault for and bringing us because we have the Nike Pegasus 2005. Now let me get a little bit of the stuff out of the way that's confusing to myself, because this is called the Nike Pegasus 2005. It actually came out in 2005. So the current model for 2024 is a Pegasus 41. If you go backwards in the timeline from the Pegasus 41 in 2024 to the Pegasus 1, that would assume that the Pegasus 1 actually came out in 1984. However, it actually originally came out in 1982. So if you go forward from 1982, so the Pegasus 41 would have actually come out in 2022. So somewhere along the line, the continuity is messed up. The 2005 version could be a Pegasus 22 or a 24, depending on which way it lines up. And in all honesty, it just doesn't line up. I don't know when they started changing it to the numerical values. I remember kind of, I guess maybe in the 30s or so. So this is very, very confusing to me. This is a Pegasus 22, aka the Pegasus 2005. Versus the current model, the Pegasus 41, aka the Pegasus 2024. I'm not a math guy, that really hurt my head. I also want to confuse you one step further. This is the Pegasus 2K5 or 2005, depending on where you look. They do also have the Nike V2K runner, and that is like a $120 runner. That has a very similar kind of look to this, but more of a futuristic vibe. Kind of crazy though, like the V2Ks versus the 2005. So shifting back to the Vomero 5, this came out in 2011. Currently, the Vomero is actually on like the 17. So you have a 2005 like Y2K sort of vibes versus like the 2011 Vomeros. So this is a little bit of an older, more of a heritage sneaker. Definitely one that they kind of reached in the vaults for and brought back for us. And I like what they actually ended up bringing. It does say full length Nike Air in the midsole. That was something that they definitely touted back in the day. The midsole material is actually pretty darn soft. So I don't feel like that is a one-for-one for the original stuff that they actually used, because this feels softer, almost like Cushlon or something. Let's see what they say online. These retail at $150. It says a springy ride for every run, a familiar just for you feel of the peg returns to help you accomplish your goals, even if that means just looking great while you kick it. Same responsive cushioning and neutral support you'll love with a breezy look. Plus the easy to style neutrals add contrast for a dynamic finish. A foam midsole comes equipped with a full-length air unit to help soften each step. It does not say specifically what the foam is, but it feels like kind of like a Cushlon to me. This colorway I thought was cool. I've been wearing this one quite a bit. And overall, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, I think this is a great alternative to the Vomeros. If you have a couple pairs of these already, you might want to check out the 2005s and see which one you like better. I personally like the Pegasus line quite a bit. In the modern day runners, I would say the Vomeros are more comfortable than the Pegasus, but back in the day, I would say that this is actually a little bit more comfortable than the Vomeros, so throwing that out there. The looks are a little bit similar, but also a little bit different. The toe down look looks pretty cool because you have the mesh with the extra reinforcement. The designs of the side panels are completely different, but similar kind of vibes. You have some design on a side panel that's not like cut and sew leather. You have a smaller Nike swoosh on each side for the Pegasus than the larger Vomero. And then the heel structure is a little bit more traditional on the Pegasus versus the Vomero has that crazy like triangle pattern. Now midsole cushioning, you have Nike Zoom in the Vomero, and then you have full-length Nike Air in the Pegasus. And again, I would say that the midsole is a little bit more comfortable in the Pegasus, but honestly, both of them are pretty darn comfortable. The tongue is pretty plush. I would say the tongue on the Vomero is a little bit more plush though, and the Pegasus has kind of like a forked tongue. And overall, the outsole traction and stuff is fairly similar on both of them. I would say that the width is actually equivalent on both. In hand though, I would say that the Vomero 5s are much lighter. The Pegasus is a little bit heavier, so throwing that out there. Probably is because of the Nike Air versus. So if you want a lighter pair, then the Vomeros are obviously a solid choice. They do have a handful of colors available over on Nike's website. I will link them in the description. Again, the retail is $150. Next time there's a Nike sale that these are available on sale, I will go ahead and post these over on Twitter and stuff, so follow me over on Twitter. I did see these on sale at one point, and if you can get these like under a $100 price point, I think this is a great pickup. It's a fun, just different version. It's definitely one of those pairs that people are going to go, hey, that's kind of cool. That's not a wait, that's not a Vomero, that's something else. And then you just say, oh yeah, it's a Pegasus 2005. And currently they're on their Pegasus 41, and that makes this a Pegasus 22. Leave a comment in the comment section if you actually know when the Pegasus line started evolving and doing the numeric countdown, because obviously it changes. And you know, Jordan Brand did the same thing with the Jordans. It was like the 1 through 23, and then there's no Jordan 24. Any which way, they changed up the numerical patterns that they had from the beginning, and you know, sometimes brands do that just to try to freshen things up. Leave a comment, let me know if you guys are interested in these though. If you guys do buy a pair of them, linked in the description, I do get a little bit of a kickback. It helps me and the channel out immensely when you guys use those links, so thank you anybody that makes the purchases through those links. Have a good rest of the day though. Hopefully see you back on the channel for some more random sneaker content soon. All right, peace guys.